So much more. There could have been so much more. So, Ryder, what do you think of all this?
Yeah. So silent, it's deader than a doorknob, apparently.
Ryder? You there?
I think he's gone quickly. No, he's gone quickly. But, yeah, it just... There's nothing to this. At the moment, the only reason why I'm constantly having to fight mooks is because I'm not taking them out quick enough, and that's because I want to be careful of my health, because as you've seen throughout the whole game, I'm not good at this, because the first mechanics were a bit, you had to think when you actually had to hit, and I don't do that. I just want to bash things.
I think it's a bad
Batman.
boss fight.
Hey, he's back.
Why do you think it's
Sorry.
a bad boss fight, though?
I was having food.
So, why do you think it's a bad boss fight?
I think it's a bad boss fight because you're just fighting a bunch of random enemies.
Yeah.
You're not even fighting the boss. And, well, whatever I said, it'd just be regurgitating what JonTron said, but...
Oh, did John try to review?
Well, go on.
John try to do a review of Arkham Asylum?
JonTron did a top 10 bad boss battles, and this was the top of the list, I
Right.
think.
Go ahead.
Well, for people that haven't explained or haven't seen that video, you may as well explain his points.
Yeah, I think his point was just that it's just nothing like how a Joker boss battle should be. It's just generic, large thing,
Yeah.
and it should be more sort of trickery focused.
Now this part here in the cutscene is awesome. Why couldn't we have done this in the boss fight? Watch this. So Batman puts explosive gel on his hand, punches him, and then detonates it. Why couldn't we have had that as a game mechanic that you actually had to do?
It's a good point,
Like,
that.
That actually makes sense. Basically, the Joker working Batman down to where he's only using only his last resources. That was
Yeah, and you could, if you failed to punch him properly, you would take severe amount of damage, and it would just add more pressure to the player. And they could even keep the Joker in that ring at the time. It's more about getting the Joker down to the Batman's level at that point and trying to actually have him have a fight, not just whatever that
Yeah.
was.
Wait, you don't even fight him. You just fight those mooks.
You fight those mooks and you pull him down to the ground and you hit him a couple of times, and eventually he falls through the floor and gets zapped.
Yep.
I thought you'd at
That's-
least get to actually fight the Joker himself, even in
that's
that.
actually a nice touch.
Oh, that sucks even more.
Oh, look, they're actually nice touch there. You see Batman's gauntlets, it's all messed up because he used the explosive gel.
Yeah. Brilliant sort of eye for detail, actually, because you can see that his goblet is destroyed. You can see that he actually risked his own hand there. And to be honest, I'm surprised that even with non-lethal explosive gel, his hand is in one piece.
Yeah, but that's kind of the idea, though.
But now we have to sit through the credits.
Yeah, that makes sense though. It kind of would have been cool if you had different things that the Joker and Batman do use gadgets, but the Joker uses a lot of different gadgets. Also, I know something else that could have been done. I know it's cliche, but it would have really helped with the Joker if, say, he managed to kidnap one of the Robins.
Yeah. There was so much more that they could have done at points, and I think, to be honest, they were still testing the waters in a way, because you see it in the later games that they obviously think a bit more about the design and think about how they can actually incorporate the themes to the mechanics and, what have you. But they, in this game, sort of skip a few steps, I feel.
Yeah, because the boss fight with Harley is pretty... It's not really a boss fight, why can't I fight Harley? It would have been fun to fight Harley kind of thing. It would make her more acrobatic kind of thing. Obviously, she's not going to be the Joker, but that's not...
Sadly, I feel there's two parts of me that feel like, yeah, that makes sense. But, so, for example, I'll explain my point. One, I think there would be some sort of media attention if Batman beats up Harley, in a way. As a boss fight, you can see the sort of thing that would happen, and
Yeah,
that
doesn't exactly help that she's also hinted at possibly being bisexual, so that's a double.
Yeah, well, discounting sexuality at all, it's just sort of like you're beating up a woman, dude.
Yeah,
Come
but
on.
the thing is, the boss fight with Ivy was perfectly fine.
Yeah, and that was because she was a monster, apparently. But it makes sense in a way that means that Batman wasn't just deliberately punching her. You know, it's strange, weird ways of thinking about it. But you're fighting the monster more than you're fighting Ivy. You're trying to almost like calm her down. But
a guy was called John Gay.
You can see that obviously there'd be,
There's a guy called John Gay on there.
Yeah, there's. I'm sorry that I had to keep the credits in, but credentials are always good, and B, it gives us time to talk. I think he's gone again. Oh no, he's there. But this felt like they were dipping their feet in the waters and trying to figure out.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to sort of speak your thoughts on Batman Arkham Asylum?
Well, I haven't actually played it, but watching it was actually pretty fun. It was actually pretty fun to watch. Plus, I wasn't expecting that whole Batman with his face going.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys, that I had to edit those bits in, but it was just hilarious at the time.
The Poison Ivy fight looked amazing. That looked like a really fun boss.
Yeah.
Nothing else is fresh enough in my memory.
The bit with Killer Croc was pretty good, actually.
The rest of the bosses weren't really anything.
See, they had the mechanics there.
I sort of missed the Killer Croc one because I was researching Lego Batman 3 and trying to find out whether Killer Croc could actually throw rocks in that game.
Yeah, the bit with Killer Croc
and he could, hooray!
Because it's kind of the idea of...
It was worth the time.
The idea is you're trying to get somewhere through quickly in Killer Croc's territory.
See, they have the mechanics there. They have the sort of the stealth mechanics. They have the fighting mechanics. They have everything there for unique and interesting boss fights. So Killer Croc's one revolved around stealth. You were in his lair. You had to keep quiet and, get around the place before he caught you. And that was interesting. You had Poison Ivy, which was almost like a bullet hell shooter, where literally she shoots and tries to get the Batman and get him into her grasp, and it makes sense.
Oh, in her
and
grasp.
Then there are some parts. Sans? Stop that. Sorry.
You had
Undertale.
You had Scarecrow's boss fight. That was pretty good.
Yeah, so Scarecrow's boss fight was the whole part of why you play Batman Arkham Asylum. The whole reason why you play it is because of the Scarecrow stuff.
Is like,
I was gonna say shit for a second there.
Oh yeah, the Scarecrow stuff was really cool. Yeah.
It's so
mind-boggling.
Yeah.
It questions. I feel playing the game or the game is playing you.
And it screws with you. Like it's like, whoa, girl, that's pretty cool. Like, whoa.
Yeah. When people first picked that up, they thought their game deliberately crashed. They thought, oh god, the game has restarted, or oh no, what is going on here, or something's not loading right, I'm going into the same room again and again. And it was designed in a way that made you sort of think, what is going on?
It's a shame the villain got away in the end, though.
Well, we don't... This is the funny thing. So, at the end of the credits, you'll see a small...
Batman.
Clip thing.
Also, the fact that you didn't get to fight Riddler, I'm sorry, but that was just pathetic. Also, Lisa Sakurai! We found Sakurai's sister!
I think Riddler would have made not really much of an interesting fight. I mean, what would you have? A guy with a cane throwing riddles at you, you having to answer them, and then he comes down to...
The known for, like, giant death traps and all that.
I would have at least liked to punch him in the face.
Don't worry, you get to punch him in the face.
That's kind of thing that the Riddler is. They should have built the Riddler as literally you're looking up for clues. Like he's like the one villain who Batman has to like capture last because he's leaving clues everywhere, but he's like the best at running away from him or something.
Actually, thinking about it, you could have used the detective mechanic. So when you're searching for clues, you could have used that to make a boss fight for the Riddler.
Yeah, because the Riddler's whole thing is he always leaves a clue at the scene of the crime. So it's literally a case of he keeps committing all these crimes. It's like it's a string throughout the game. Instead of the Riddler trophy, Riddler trophy, Riddler trophy, Riddler trophy, Riddler trophy, Riddler trophy.
Oh, and don't forget those teeth. Those fucking teeth.
Oh yeah, and one more Riddler trophy.
Those teeth!
One more Riddler trophy.
Just give you a clue, guys. I'm pissed off about those teeth because I had one left and I spent 2 hours
I see that.
2 hours trying to find
They
it.
were chatting. They were chatting away with Bob.
No. They were right at the beginning of the game. I had to travel all the way to where we
Yeah, they
started.
were chattering away with
to
the,
even
with the
find
first
them.
Bob Batman knocked out.
Yeah, God, I just don't. I mean, at least, like I say, this game was more of testing the waters, trying to dip their feet in, see what they could make, and they made something quite interesting at parts, and they took those parts and expanded with them, and that was great.
So, you were saying?
Go
You were
on.
going? You were going to say something, Ants?
No, I was just wrapping it up, really.
So, with this, so after this, what do we? Do you actually ever want to do the sequel at some point, maybe, or maybe not?
Later on down the line, maybe. Obviously, we have to do our rotation, our game rotation. Yeah. The next person in the ring won't be me playing a game; it'll be somebody else. Luckily, but. Eventually down the line we may get to Batman Arkham City. It won't be doing the Riddler stuff. I can't.
Well, I've played it, but no, I'm not doing Riddler stuff.
Yeah, so I may as well do all the Batman ones that I can and go from there.
Just a simple question though. With the Batman stuff, would you want to do the DLC or no? Or should we leave that out?
For Batman
City and stuff, you know what? We'll decide when we come to it.
For City, I have the DLC of Catwoman, so that won't be an issue. It's later on ones where I sort of stopped bothering to get them.
Okay, we'll see what happens when we come to it then.
Yeah, so when we come to it, we'll see what we can add in. We're still waiting on credits, and that's because there's a thing at the end that I actually wanted to talk about. In case you wondered, the screen dipped for a second there. I found out if you don't touch the controller in a very long time, it dips. It actually dips out in picture quality, and it's just like, you're not here, are you? Still watching this?
Alright, neat.
You're watching the credits? What's wrong with you? Go get a life.
Hey, I've watched the credits.
No one cares about these people. No, I know. I'm joking.
Hey,
Jesus.
as Kermit the Frog said in the Muppets Great Caper, these people have families.
These
And
people
as
have
King
families.
Stupid said in Stupid, the only reason credits exist is for people to look at the TV and go, oh look, there's my nan.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, so the reason why we sat through the credits is here. There's a small little ending thing. You guys may have seen it before, but this changes. Now this is random. So what we're going to see
Is
in a
it
minute
justice?
changes each time.
Oh, for God's
So-
sake, Bat.
In this one, we had Croc grabbing the Titan Serum. There are 3 different endings where you have Croc, Bane, or Scarecrow grabbing the Titan Serum, and it's never explained what that was meant to really lead to. But oh well, it was an interesting thing that I added in, and that's why I kept the credits for the whole time as well. So, is there anything else that we wish to quickly discuss?
Well, we should probably just sign off and close off, right?
Okay, so this has been our first Let's Play. Many thanks if you're still watching us. We're the Computerized Champions. So, Ants,
This is Blazer.
do you guys want to do
And this is
name?
Blazer signing off.
And this is Riderman signing off.
And please like, comment, subscribe, all the socials, all the good stuff. Let's see you in the next video.
Later, Space Cowboy.